Some things do not need introductions, instructions, or fancy productions. At least a couple of those are sharks, majestic hawks of the sea. Sharks are nature's equivalent of a middle finger to the rest of the world, and even though myths that have you believe that they never sleep and never get cancer, both of those are actually wrong, but I assume they don't actually get cancer. They probably just get tired of being so kick-ass they let something catch up to them just for a good fight. Speaking of a fight, in today's fight to be relevant on YouTube, I'm gonna do a top 5 video. That's right, 5 things you need to know before buying Maneater, and a 6th one that's just sort of cool that you're gonna be shocked to hear. And maybe something about Minecraft so I can get on the trending. Tags and YouTube analytics now covered, let's begin. Number 1. Maneater doesn't just have you gliding gracefully beneath the placid waves of the deep ocean, it also has you do a lot of exploration, exploring various underwater locales and finding collectibles like underwater parks and possibly a certain sponge's home. Exploration may not be the name of the game, but it could be a bit of slang for the same. And that brings us to number 2. Shark Karate. Sharkarate is the ancient martial art taught to various sharks by the deep-sea squid known as Master Blackeye. I'm just joking, there isn't actually a deep-sea squid in this game, but if there was, he'd teach one move, and that is the pivotal character's move in Maneater, which is the tail whip. It allows you to whip enemies into other enemies and possibly into areas of the world to unlock secrets. Sometimes just chowing down and swallowing everybody whole is not exactly what you need to progress in Maneater. And that brings us to number 3. Maneater may be called that, but that's not all you hunt. You don't just actually eat just men, or people in this case. Sure, they're the slowest. Have you ever seen a fatty just horking down 3 barrels of KFC try to swim? It looks like jelly bobbing on top of Play-Doh. But as the main character here in Maneater, that's not all you actually hunt. Barracuda and orca and sharks and alligators and carp and turtles and much more make up the diet for Maneater, and each one that you eat actually delivers a different resource for your character to level up with. And usually when you think of leveling, you think of beating the crap out of everything, but that's not always the case in Maneater, and that brings us to number 4, stealth. That's right, solid shark is actually a thing. You may not know this, but Maneater has a leveling system, meaning some enemies are just god tier compared to your little loose-toothed friend. And as you're out there gumming down seals trying to get bigger, other bigger creatures are eating even larger ones, and sometimes you need to sneak by them. Because facing off against a level 15 alligator when you're like a level 5 bull shark is like playing a game where the main menu is also the game over screen. It's just not very fun. Sometimes here, sneaking past is actually much more enjoyable than taking them on head first. And speaking of head first, millionaire playboys would tell you fun is best done with triplets or quadruplets or 5-tuplets or whatever that word is. This brings us to number 5. Nope, I actually have no number 5. I'm serious. I don't have one. So let's just jump to number 6, or as I like to call it, something you probably didn't know but could be shocked to find out about. And that's number 6 for Maneater. While there are about 80 unprovoked shark attacks in the world a year, there's at least 80 in the first 2 hours of Maneater, and many of them happen on land. Now, you may have seen this in the trailers. That's right, in Maneater, you can actually level up your ability to stay on land, and you'll rise out and bounce around, not only chewing down on tourists, but collecting different license plates and collectibles on dry land, as well as under the ocean waves. Also, I'm not sure that unprovoked is actually something we can argue over, since great whites actually like to test bite you, meaning these dudes give so little shit about the world, they just run around like a 3rd grader on a playground biting stuff, and then if it tastes good, it circles back like you're a damned floating Capri Sun anyway. So I'm not 100% sure unprovoked versus provoked is even something we want to talk about. And while my review for this game is coming later in the next day or so, I do want to say there's also another game out there that is about being a shark, or at least being able to fight them, and that is a game called Depth by Digital Confectionaries, and it's on Steam. You should actually check that out. There's not a lot of people playing it, but it's quite enjoyable. Also, I think we can all agree that if Maneater turns out well, we do need a series of games in this lineup with RPG elements like Maneater, Lion of the Serengeti, or Maneater, The Tale of Crocodilian, or Maneater Roo, The Tale of a Kangaroo. I'm actually not sure about the last one, but those dudes are jacked, so I suppose an RPG where you just sort of bounce around kicking the shit out of everyone and killing them would be easy for a smarter developer to figure out. This is all fun and good, but seriously, if you're out there listening, stay safe, wash your damned hands, stay 6 feet away from all the creatures I just described in this video, as well as your best friend who's probably carrying the very thing that can kill you the easiest, and, at least looking at the odds, has the highest chance. Even though, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know if anybody who's been bit by a shark or stung by a scorpion or attacked by a crocodile really wants to talk about odds afterwards. Anyway, that's it for me. I hope you guys absolutely enjoy your time with gaming this week. You can check my review out later for Maneater. Peace out, my friends.